Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to coverage of the APA Wheelchair Championship from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event, of course, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of our Showdown series, which is being held in conjunction this week with the APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by the lovely Ava Mattia Lawrence. And Ava, on the break, I found us another person, right? So we can not talk as much, right?
But we're
My
not going to
wife
be
tells me
talking
I
at
talk too
all.
much, so
Have you met him?
yeah, I have
Yeah.
met him.
Yeah.
So be prepared, folks. But we are joined by Tom Dr. Q Rossman, one of the legends in our industry, many time trick shot champion, who's here this week entertaining the pool players. Tom, good to see you, buddy.
Great to be here. I'm going to try to be real quiet, okay?
No. Just
Tom, we
because
got
I pick on you?
I'll get
no,
my
no,
two
no.
cents worth.
Tom, we got a special match here. We've got our wheelchair championships, the finale here between Charlie Hans of Cincinnati, Ohio. Of course, I know you're pretty familiar with Charlie. He's been around a while. And then we've got Chris Rootson, who's from Frederick, Maryland.
Wow, look at these flags.
And doesn't get much closer than that, does it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
And our referee will sort out who's closer there. Looks like
Oh, that's
he's
close.
still trying to determine that.
Look at that.
It looks like Chris got it.
So Chris is going to get the lag as they prepare the rack. Let's take a look at some of the rules here specific to the wheelchair championships. Of course, as with any APA event, it's played according to APA rules. Probably the biggest difference, obviously, is that these players are playing in a wheelchair, confined to a wheelchair. Matches played according to the APA Wheelchair Championship Handicap Race Chart. And because this is an individual play event, there is no coaching allowed. So we started with 47 participants. We're down to the final two. They're going to be competing for $1,600 in first place prize money. And based on what we saw in the semifinals, I think we can anticipate a pretty exciting finale, Ava.
I have no doubt, and there's going to be some great play. I mean, both of these players looked so comfortable in the semifinals. There were not a lot of nerves on either side here. Charlie is obviously incredibly seasoned here and used to being in the winner's circle, but I think Chris looks equally comfortable. The question is he going to be able to get the job done? He only needs to get those 2 games.
Yeah, and that's going to make this real interesting. Of course, Chris is a skill level 4, Charlie being a skill level 7. Charlie's going to have to get to 5 games before Chris can get to 2, and that's, of course, part of the equalizer handicap scoring system. So we'll see. You know, Charlie's a rarely accomplished player, but as we saw with Chris, he just knocked off the defending champion Ron Bates. So, again, I anticipate a pretty strong match here.
I watched Charlie make that beautiful run out in the semifinals. It was
Impressive.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
that
so
was
great.
great player.
Beautiful stroke, great sense of the game, a lot of experience, and you know, a lot of players get out here, as you know, Tom. You and I both competed enough to know that it's one thing to do it when you're at home or you're doing an exhibition, having some fun, but when that pressure is on, and especially being on live stream or on television, and you know, this kind of a setup, the pressure is higher.
Well, they actually know how to focus. They've got
You
that
bet.
all down after years of play and practice, and the brain just clicking in and staying focused.
Tom, did I hear you all the way down the hall this morning?
You
Were
did
doing
hear-
a show?
Yeah, I was doing a show this
Okay,
morning.
when you're doing a show, it's hard not to hear you. So.
Well, I generally jump up in here and yell hot dog.
Yeah.
That's why you know I'm there.
Folks, if you've never seen Dr. Q Tom Rossman, you got to get out to Vegas
It's
or
a
see one of
treat.
his shows.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I need all the help I
absolutely
can get.
unbelievable.
Send them out to me, will
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
It was
Those
about
of you that were here for the 9-ball championships, it was a little. We had some time before we got started, and I walked in, and we were waiting to start, and kind of just apropos, they had the champion here, Tom Rawson, came up and just did his thing. And you are, I told you this before when I ran into you, he is absolute joy to watch. Everybody has their own style to do exhibitions, but I tell you what, Tom keeps you entertained. There's no question about that.
It's all about the passion.
Yes,
Tom,
that
you're
is
one of the few people I know, I think, that maybe has more trips out here to the pool championships under your belt, or at least as many as I do, and that's rare.
Yeah, well, I enjoy coming out. This APA is just awesome for me. I love being part of it. Great group, just everybody has fun. And you know what's neat is there's always new players coming out. So what an experience. It's all about that joy of coming out here and having fun.
And you're doing another show later today? You got
Yeah,
another show
we've
scheduled?
got
So
one
if you're
later.
here in Vegas, make sure you head down to the foyer area right outside that main tournament room. Tom, what time's that show, Tom?
Well, it's scheduled for 5. I may make it about 7 or 8, depending
Okay.
upon when I finish here.
Yeah, whatever.
They'll
It's just
know
your
me.
world, Tom. We're living in it.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm
yeah,
kidding.
I'm kidding. It's all about me. That's right.
It's not what your wife said.
Yeah, I know. Careful now.
And
You
she's
know,
here as well, right? Your
yeah,
wife?
that's
Yeah.
Miss Q. Yeah,
Miss Q,
Yeah.
Marty
that's Ms.
Rossman.
Q. That's
Ms.
M&Q.
Q.
Ms.
You know, back to these players, something interesting. I've coached these players quite a bit. I've enjoyed their, even though their cue's not under their shoulder. Over the years, they've conditioned this what I call an imaginary shoulder. They've programmed it so that they can still shoot straight. Because if
Uh,
you don't have your cue moving straight, it's difficult, of course. But if you watch them, they've got it down to a science.
this is Chris Rootson at the table, folks. I know we've got some folks just now tuning in to introduce you to the players. This is Chris Rootson. You see Charlie Hans there in the background awaiting his turn at the table.
Went for that combo there, and
Yeah.
what he really wanted, even if he didn't make it, he wanted to have that his strike ball block the pocket there, but he hit it off enough to where instead his ball is in trouble. But Charlie does have a couple of options. He's got the 3 ball is available there, 7 ball is hanging in the pocket on the other side of the table, and I do believe he can hold the cue ball here a little bit. He should be able to tap that 5 ball in. So the one thing Chris wanted to do didn't work, and looks like Charlie did exactly what he had planned on doing. See if he can get around that 14 ball, past that 14 ball to make the 5 in the corner. There's a better view of it right there. It's close. It's close. Only Charlie knows for sure. He doesn't look too happy about it.
No.
We'll take a second look at it.
As Charlie sizes up his options, want to make sure we thank our sponsors, Aramith Billiard Balls, Action Cues, and of course our friends over at Pool Dog, where you can pick up all of your pool-related items and accessories, from cues to gloves to just about anything pool-related you can think of. So I want to thank them for their support. And of course the Westgate Resort and Casino here, which has been hosting the Poolplayer Championships and hosts our World Championships.
Looking at a little curve
Yeah,
shot. He's
he's
going to try to curve around it.
Look at this. Oh, what
And
a
he made it.
Very
Look
nice.
at this.
Look at the spin.
Avoided the scratch, but is he going to get corner hooked? Can he actually hit the 7 ball is the question.
Boy, it's close.
Yeah,
That
from
cue
here it
ball's
looks
deep.
like it's a little too deep, but
He made a great shot there.
He
He had
did.
to arc it.
Yep. And again, there are very few shots that a player of Charlie's ability that he cannot make, but it must be much more difficult to get up to curve around a ball because he is from a seated position than if you can stand up. Because I know when I do it, I even have to, I'm really tall, but I
Yeah.
have to stand on my tippy toes with
Yeah.
certain shots. So
Yep.
he's going to have to curve around this one
Look
too.
at this. He is.
Yeah,
Wow. Look.
yeah, that's tough. That's a tall order right
Yeah.
there.
Well, here we go.
gives ball in hand over to Chris Rootson.
Yeah.
Chris will have a chance to clean up the table a little bit here.
Now he's a 4. He's got a shot at running these out if he can just play the pattern right.
Yeah, the fact that all the balls are open, there's nothing major here. That 15 ball way down on the rail could be an issue. You always want to kind of get balls that are by themselves on one part of the table, especially if they're on the rail. I would definitely shoot the 15 ball first here and then go and work kind of in sections a little bit.
He's going to pick a few off the back here,
Yeah.
looks like.
So he's going at that 14.
Yeah, he's
And the pressure is on Chris here because the fact that Charlie has just that 7 ball,
Oh,
yeah,
look at this.
just didn't come through straight with
Well.
the cue stick there. But the good thing is that I don't think Charlie has a shot. There's the one place he could leave the cue ball there behind the 8.
That's close too. Look at this.
Can he see enough
I
of
think
it?
he might be able to see it. Looks like he's got a clear shot there. Oh no!
Oh,
Wait, look
well,
at here.
yeah, he does.
Wow!
Yeah,
What a
and
beautiful
he's
shot.
got such beautiful
at this.
stroke. I don't know if he's going to be.
Careful. Look at this.
Boy, and we saw
Work.
that. We saw a similar
Any questions?
situation, yeah, in the semifinals from Charlie.
Are
so.
there any questions? It's straight in. Look at this.
I've
Yeah.
learned so much already today.
Oh,
Of course, he
wow.
marks his pocket.
That was a
He's
great
going to look
shot.
to get on the board first here.
Now he has to be careful here with the hit, doesn't he? Because it's so close.
Yeah, again, you want to hit from above a little bit here, the fact that they're so close so you don't get that double hit.
Yeah.
Because when you follow through a straight in shot like this, that cue ball is going to stop when it hits the 8. And it's really difficult, almost impossible on a level cue stick here
He's jacking
to
up.
avoid the double hit. And that would be a foul. Oh, and
Oh,
he's cautious.
Well, yeah. See, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
I can't tell you how many times,
Yeah.
Tom, that even in a professional career that I have hit this and been so afraid of the double hit that the ball hasn't even gotten to
Yeah.
to the pocket.
You get tentative, is what happens. Oh, he did it.
He did
he
great.
did just what he wanted to
Wow.
do, and he's on the board first. Big opening game to Charlie Hans.
He
Still
has to get
needs
on the
4,
board.
but
He's got to get on the board because there's only 2 games for his opponent, and that's
True.
he's got to get those games.
yeah. So Tom, where have you been lately? I know you came all the way from Indiana.
Came from
You're always
Indiana.
somewhere, right? You're
Through-
kind of like Ava, always
we-
around the country.
On the road, we go home on vacation. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
But we came through Oklahoma and Upper Texas, and went up into Denver, did some stuff for the kids.
How many days of the year would you say you spend on the road?
Right now, it's only about 190 or 200.
That's it, huh?
Used to be about 350.
Yeah.
We were out there for 11 months almost.
Unbelievable.
Over 11 months. Only leaves us 15 days for home.
Yeah. I know every time I see you, I say, who's cutting the grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheep,
Okay.
goats.
Okay. I just want to make sure somebody's cutting the grass.
I love. If I wasn't playing pool, I'd be cutting grass. That's my favorite job. It really is therapy. But my
It is
neighbor
ther-
I start cutting pool balls in the yard. My neighbor thinks I'm crazy.
You still have the big pool cue in the yard,
I
right?
still-
The last time we saw each
How
other,
do you know that?
you were showing me pictures.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the audience about the pool cue in your front yard?
You want me to do it right now?
Yeah,
I
let's
got-
do it.
I had a friend in Indianapolis. He created a 14-foot high cue stick made out of 2 pieces of big mahogany, designed, and on top of I rolled a 300 when I was in college in bowling, and I put a bowling ball on top of it. And this is in the front yard.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
There's a lawn
Only at
ornament
Dr.
for
Q
you.
house.
it,
Only
Yeah.
at the
looks like
Dr.
a
Q house or
flagpole,
the
but it's
Q
actually
house.
I can't chalk it up, but it's awesome. It's too high. This winter though we had big, tough winter a little bit, so it's cracking a little bit. So I got to take it down and put it up again. But it's good. It's
Yeah.
on a base. I poured concrete for the base. I mean, I love doing that stuff.
Too funny.
You ought to see the queue. It's
I
awesome.
love it.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I saw you. Would have been about
Yeah.
December, I think you came
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I like odd stuff.
Charlie's in a good spot here. The balls are all can find a pocket. That one ball goes in the side, possibly in the corner. Let's start with a 5
Oh.
here, and he wanted to hold it there for the 1 or the 3, and
Whoops.
he is kind of messed up right here.
Boy, he shoots good though. I'll tell you. What a beautiful game.
Beautiful stroke. I mean,
oh, it's beautiful.
and again, I have played enough times with these guys, just had fun where they get to pick on
Yeah.
me a little bit from the seated position.
yeah.
I get to borrow one of the chairs.
Yeah.
And being able to, like you said, stroke through straight.
Yeah.
But not only that, but to get enough power for like somebody like Charlie. He draws the ball almost as well as any of our sevens in the rest of the league. And he just got a really beautiful game.
Yeah.
Of course, Charlie from Cincinnati, Ohio, and not a name that's new to the wheelchair playing circuit. Charlie's been a multi-time champion of this event, most recently in 2014.
He's in the Hall of Fame, Wheelchair Hall of Fame.
Wow, that's great. Smart move there. Moving it ball down here by the 8 to kind of help block a pocket. And if he makes it, he's out.
Yeah, no, he
that
definitely
was
the correct.
Good move.
This will bring Chris Roots into the table. Chris from Frederick, Maryland.
You think Chris is a little nervous? How does he feel against this guy, you think?
You know, he looked pretty strong in the semifinal round.
He
didn't look
did, and
too
I
nervous
talked to him
there.
after the match before this one, and he seemed pretty, confident and comfortable. Wasn't overly excited about having won. Was very happy he had won, but it wasn't like he felt,
Sure.
okay, I'm finished now. But I mean, he seemed really focused going into this final.
And again, with the difference in the skill levels, he's only got to get 2 wins, 2 game wins here. So, win here would put him right on the hill. So we'll see.
Now, what is he doing there?
Looks like
Chalking.
he's chalking
he's
up.
got the chalk on the
Yep.
tape. Oh, that was neat.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking during the semifinal round. These guys have some gadgets.
I
Yes,
see
they
that.
Kind
do.
of like I've seen your
Yeah,
gadgets.
but I've
You
never
got
seen
some
that
gadgets.
gadget. I want to learn that
Yeah.
That
one.
is a good gadget.
I usually chalk the back of my stick. He chalked the front of his cue. That's pretty good.
All right, so the main problem I can see here, the balls are open. If he can
Oh.
continue to make them. Every time I say, I'm going to stop saying that, Chris is going to jump up here and slap me. So, but his main issue, obviously, is the combination down there, the 15 and the 13. And now he's just got to sit back and hope that
Mhm.
Charlie messes up. Charlie has a great pattern here, an automatic pattern. If he can cut this 2-ball in, 3 in the corner, 1 in the side, 8 in the corner,
So you got to bank that.
I would think he's cutting it in.
Yeah, look at how nice and
Yeah,
smooth that was.
Very
Wasn't that
nice.
beautiful?
yeah. And then if he can just hold the cue ball here and not let it get away from him, put that center ball on it, draw it just a little bit, come out for the 1 ball. He went
Come out.
in and back again, and that's about almost picture perfect. He wanted to get a little bit farther than that. Might be able to tap it in here and take more of a severe cut on the 8, or he can go just straight down in the rail and come back out again.
There
Like
it is.
that. Can he get it back up?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful.
Look at this.
Wow.
That's how
Got
you
a
do it,
lot of
ladies and gentlemen.
lot of right spin on that, and took a quick turn dead straight in.
Mark that corner pocket and look to move to 2 games to none.
And the only hope Chris has here is the fact that Charlie has to play over the 15 and the 9. Makes the shot a little bit tougher, obviously.
Grab that bridge. Extender.
But, yeah, I don't think Chris has much of a chance of getting back at the table here from having watched Charlie play all these years. I think this game is history.
Yep.
That it is. Charlie takes
Beautiful.
a 2-0 lead over Chris Rootson.
Boy, he's got it down.
Charlie
I'll tell ya.
racing to 5. But again, with the difference in handicap,
That's right.
well, Chris is not yet out of this match, I don't
No,
believe.
not at all.
Just needs to kind of get on a roll and start pocketing some balls, right?
Oh, yeah, he can still do it. That's why I love the handicap system. Guy can be a
Absolutely.
little bit less skill level, and he can still win it all. It's great,
Mhm.
and it's nice. It's perfect.
So, Tom, you've had a chance to interact with quite a few of the players out
Oh,
here at
yeah.
the Pool Player Championships.
Yeah, it's great.
What kind of feedback are you getting?
Oh, it's nothing but positive.
Yeah.
The people are just so thrilled, and so many new players that just it's a real experience of joy for them. You know, the chance to think about that. You get a chance to come to Vegas and to play in a national championship.
Right.
I mean, you would never get that chance ever, hardly.
Right.
But the APA's made that possible because of the handicap system. And new players, they love it. Just absolutely love it.
Especially walking, we were talking about that before in the semifinals, walking into that room when you
Yeah.
see all the
It's
sea of tables.
Yeah.
When you first get into the Mini Mania room and you go, wow, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And they say, well,
Row
walk into
after
that
row,
room and
yeah.
you get into the main tournament room and it's,
More tables.
yeah, yeah, it's a sea of tables.
Yeah, I think at the in the World Championship you're going to have in August. Now we're going to have over 300 tables.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But even this is amazing. They're just all amazing.
Yeah, of course, the World Championships actually designated by Guinness Records as the world's largest pool tournament.
Well, of course it would be. It's
So,
awesome.
I believe that was
I love
officially
it.
set in 2010, but
Yeah.
the event just gets bigger each year. So,
Yeah. You picked up China?
we do. We have leagues now in China, leagues in Japan, of course, that we've had for several years.
Great.
Quite a few leagues in Canada, and I know Kevin over in our franchise development department is always fielding calls from different
Yeah.
international partners. Just sometimes it takes a little while for those things to come together, but certainly a lot of interest in the APA system globally.
Truly a world attachment.
Look at
I
this.
love
Look
it.
at his
Oh,
stroke.
this guy's amazing.
I know. I love it.
He lets it go. When he has to, he just is finesse and then power if he needs it. I mean, it's just awesome.
And it's amazing to me because he's got his family here, but they're so used to him
Oh,
playing so well that they're like,
Ah.
yeah, another nice shot by Charlie.
They're-
you know,
they're-
you know, most of them will yell and scream
Right.
and applaud, but they're like, ho hum,
Look at this little safety.
They share
No,
his.
no good.
Oh,
Nope,
no rail.
didn't get there.
He needed to hit one rail and then make contact and have it drift in, but
Right.
this one, a lot of the players on these tables are coming long, I've noticed, because the cloth is newer here, not used as
Yeah.
much as in the big room, so the table is going to slide a little bit more because of the newer cloth. So a lot of the kick shots will go long.
Right. But that kicking's so critical. You have to work on that.
You
Different
bet.
conditions.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
it can cost you a game if you're not careful. It's just paramount to know your kicking abilities.
Especially when you're playing somebody that is as experienced like Charlie, but even Chris, the whole, both semifinals, I've noticed that they're very experienced as far as playing smart safeties, not taking too many chances.
He's got one problem ball there down that. Is that the 15 ball down here by the solids?
Yeah,
Will that go over in this pocket?
it
Maybe
will go here.
if he
Yes,
gets here.
if he can get to the 9 ball,
Oh, nice.
that'll work. See, I would take care of this right now. Shoot
Uh-huh.
the 9 ball and the 15.
I played in a chair about 4 months ago. Same
Mhm.
way what you did,
Mhm.
Ava. It was awesome. It was a new experience, but you really get a hands on what they're experiencing. You know.
It
Gives
wasn't
you a
that
whole
it
new
wasn't that great
appreciation
for
for
it
what they're
wasn't that
doing.
great
Yeah.
for me. All these guys laughed at me. So.
Well, they laugh at me when I'm shooting normal. So I mean, what's the deal? You know. What's the difference?
Oh, oh,
But they're very talented.
yeah.
And if you really realize what goes into the mechanics of the wheelchair position, I mean, it's just hard to fathom because it's counter to everything else we're used to doing.
Yeah, Ava and I were talking during the semifinals. This event really illustrates how great the sport of pool and really
Yeah.
APA
Right.
in general is because, regardless of physical ability, regardless of gender, regardless of,
Yep.
a lot of
That's
these
right.
different things, age even, you've got a
Yeah.
chance, right? And
That's
that's what
right.
makes it so cool. Not a lot of sports I think you can say that about, but pool has that element when you factor in
Right.
the skill level system. So.
And what's great too to watch is that Charlie is in the wheelchair, but so many of these guys have other
Oh,
ailments
what
to
a
deal with. That was a great shot.
Mhm.
Have other ailments to deal with,
yeah.
and still be able to run. In particular, I was watching Ron just in awe. The fact that he doesn't have complete use of his hands. I know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chris struggles with a little bit. I mean, the fact that they can
Right.
still execute, follow through, make the ball do what it wants. It's just it's so impressive. I can't even fathom. So that was an excellent shot, as you noticed,
Yeah.
by
Look at
Charlie.
and look at here. He's got. Oh, careful.
Uh-oh. He's
No-
all right. Should be all right.
Yep. But he's got a potential out here.
You bet. Seems like every time Charlie gets to the table, he's got a
Potential.
potential out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure.
Well,
He tucks that bridge away. Again, folks, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the APA Wheelchair Championships, all part of the Showdown Series being held in conjunction with the Poolplayer Championships this week at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. You're watching Charlie Hans.
a little bit of left spin there to
Well,
come up for the 5. You want to get a little bit farther than that, but the beauty is where the 8 ball is. If he can hit this 5 ball with some center, he's going to drift the cue ball into the 14, and it'll just push it up a little bit, and he's going to get enough of his angle on the 8 to be able to make it there. Just got to jack up a little bit, push into the 14. There you go.
Isn't that
Just like
beautiful?
that.
Wow.
Perfect textbook.
Oh, wow.
Marks the side pocket there.
I love his game. Beautiful. Nothing to it.
Pockets
Charlie
the 8-ball.
Hans.
Charlie Hans takes a 3-0 lead over Chris Rootson here in the finals of the Wheelchair Championships.
Looks like a race to 2, doesn't it?
It is now. Race to
Hello.
2. Chris has his work cut out for him,
Yeah.
but still in the game.
That's correct.
The
Still
match.
anybody's game from here. You
Yeah.
never know. Stranger things have happened. I know that he is the favorite. There's no question about that because he is the higher skill level, but don't count Chris out yet.
Oh, no.
Of course, we've been joined here by Dr. Q, Tom Rossman, who's joined us here in Las Vegas this week to entertain the players. I know always one of the fan favorites with the trick shots and the entertainment that you do, Tom. It's great.
Well, the fans would entertain me. I look at it the other way around. I mean, we're all kind of part of a big happy family, you know. So I
True.
enjoy entertaining by their antics that they do,
Yeah.
and I throw in a few myself, and everybody's happy. So
Yeah.
that's great.
So you're playing a show later today,
Yep.
correct? For
Got
those
one
that are still out here.
sometime late this afternoon, early evening, we'll be down in the foyer area and invite everybody to come on down.
And then we'll see you again tomorrow between the
Yep.
semifinals and finals of the
Yep.
8-ball classic.
One more
So
time out here.
plenty of opportunities still to see Dr.
Yep.
Q while you're here, if you're here in
Yep.
Las Vegas.
Yep.
Otherwise, I know you travel around the country pretty frequently visiting
Oh yeah.
different APA league areas,
Right.
and so if you ever get the chance to see him back in your hometown, I suggest you take advantage. Incredible show.
Look at this. This
Yeah,
is
he's great.
beautiful.
I've seen him play so many times on a big table. The first time I've actually seen Charlie play on a 7-foot table,
Right.
but his, like I said, his feel of the game, his knowledge of the game, and he's got the stroke to
Yeah.
back it up. So it's a joy to watch.
How many times has he won this?
We
He
went
couldn't
back.
even
Yeah,
he
we
couldn't
we
even
couldn't.
remember.
Charlie couldn't even
Yeah, right.
remember. I want to say at least 4, maybe 5 times. Most recently, 2013
Yeah,
and
he's got
14.
tremendous
So
confidence.
he's got quite an impressive resume, no doubt.
Ooh.
Although,
That's how
just
you
as soon
jinx
as we
people,
say
right
yeah,
there, guys.
I blame you, Tom.
A little bit
not me.
lighter, not quite
You
so
asked.
loud next
I
time.
was not involved in that one. That was all y'all.
So Chris Rootson will have a little window of opportunity here. See if he can take advantage.
You know, Tom, it's watching you play. I always say to people that somebody will say, "Did your show go well?" If I'm doing an exhibition, I
Yeah.
say, "Well, you know what? I had fun," which usually means that everybody else had fun. So
Yeah.
if you just enjoy yourself, and you really look like you enjoy
Yeah,
yourself
well,
when you're doing your shows.
I learned a long time ago, most of the shots that don't go in are funnier and more
True.
enjoyable than when because people are used to the serious stuff.
Yeah.
So I've tried to put a lighthearted touch to it, and that's
So what you're trying to say is when you miss, it's like intended.
well,
Please.
well, I get paid for missing. I get paid for missing, and I've been doing that for years.
It's a
Sure.
beautiful country.
It's called a it's what a deal. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. I like it.
All right, we'll see here if Chris
There we
can
go.
get something started here. All right, so far so good. He's got issue obviously with that 3-ball blocking both the 11 and the 9. But he's got a way to get to it. If he can make a ball here and get an angle on the 12, then he can make that 12 and bump the 11 ball out of there, and he should be in good shape.
That 3 could be an advantage to him if it's blocking some stuff there, except for the ball by the rail. So he may use it right now to his advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he had the stripes.
Chris's skill level 4,
Yeah.
again from Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah, he might. He's looking.
These players are competing for $1,600 in first place prize money.
Yeah.
The runner-up is going to take home
He does-
$800.
He
So
does have the stripes.
Yeah.
I was just trying to confuse you.
Yeah, thanks.
You're
Appreciate that.
See, if you're on the ball, you're on the ball all the time. It's great.
I'm going to bring Charlie Hans back to the table.
What's he going to do with this ball down here? It's 3.
He can shoot a bank shot there, so if he can make this 2-ball and get an angle on the 5, which should be an automatic thing, as long as he doesn't get too much of a severe angle, he can come down past where the cue ball is now and then shoot a bank shot on the 3 in the corner. And the fact that the 8-ball is where it is, all he has to do is get away from that cluster and maybe
Right.
draw it back.
Mm.
And he might be able to come down and get the 3 now if he shoots the 5.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
That's
he
right.
went
That's
into
what he
him.
Look at this.
tries, and he...
Look
He
at
found the
Wow.
angle, but yeah, he's
Wow,
just
how do you like
check
that?
him out.
Any questions?
You know what? At this point, if I was Chris, I would throw chalk at Charlie.
Wow, that was sweet. And you know that shot wasn't that easy because of the length and everything, and he hit it firm.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful stroke. So he
Oh.
found the angle, and he said, "This is perfect." But I mean, obviously, he had to get a little bit fortunate whenever you go into
Oh,
balls
yeah.
like that. But he came where he had to with 3 rails from behind, and I gave him a chance to get a shot at it. So
He's got to get out of here. That's it.
no, I don't know.
I don't know if he got out of there.
Don't think
Tough
so.
to tell if he can...
And he made a couple for his opponent. Made that ball for his opponent.
That
so.
was nice of him.
Yeah, it was nice. Look at this.
I don't
Now what's he gonna do? Can he jump? How do
It
they
wouldn't
jump?
surprise me, but you know that what this cue ball is heavy.
Oh, okay.
It's a little heavier than what it is that when we
Okay.
play it. So I'm not sure.
It's kicking.
Yeah, he's gonna kick, and it's a full ball almost on that 9-ball. So
Careful. He's got to get to the rail.
and he did
Oh.
not.
Did the cue ball touch the rail?
I don't think so.
Looks like it
Yep.
did not.
Did it?
Well, I don't think
know.
so.
It was close.
Chris is coming to the table, so yeah, you can
There we
see
go,
from
look at
my
this.
angle,
Yeah.
you can see a little
Oh.
separation from the rail
But
there.
as you can see, what he did accomplish was to get that
Yeah.
2-ball in the way. So the best thing the only thing I could see is, and I don't think there's enough room to play the 8-ball off the rail and then off the 2-ball. So even if he makes these, he's going to have a bank shot on the 8 unless he breaks them open. So what I would do now, if I was Chris, I would toy a little bit with Charlie
Yeah.
and play a safety. You may want to make 1, maybe 2, that's fine, but then play a safe and get
That's
the
it.
cue ball down on the side rail here and force Charlie to kick at the 2-ball.
Now the strategy.
You bet.
This is real key.
This is 8-ball. Yeah, you don't want to make these 3 and then try to come up with
That's
a
right.
bank shot or something crazy. Go ahead and torture Charlie a little bit.
Yeah.
He can take some of
There
that.
you go.
Charlie deserves to be tortured a little bit right now.
Just a little. Test him a little bit.
Of course, you're seeing Chris chalking up there.
Oh, I
He's
like that. That's that new type of table where you just have the chalk built in it.
chalk built in.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of like the soap dispenser on the sink,
I
right? You
love
just
it.
got to fill it every now and then.
I like it. It's great.
I haven't taken a look at what he's got going
No,
there, but
he's got his own little contraption
Yeah.
there. Whoa, that was an
Oh,
interesting
did you
little trick
see-
shot. You pay attention right there.
Can I take a note?
yeah,
Yes, you
maybe
can,
work
Tom.
that in
I
the show.
like that. I'm going to ask him later how he did that. It was great.
All right.
Okay, we'll see what he's going to do here
See,
now.
Look at here. He's getting all these balls off the table.
Yeah.
It could be a problem.
Well, he's going all out.
That was the best thing that could happen.
Unless he left a shot. That 9 ball, did it get out there far enough? He may have actually left a shot on the 2 ball here. I don't think so. I think that 9
I think he's
jutted
got it.
out just enough.
Wow, look at this. This is going to be a great finish.
And here, because the cue ball is so far out in the middle of the table, if Charlie cannot make this 2 ball, which I don't think he can just kick behind it, do
Yeah.
what he tried to do before, to make sure something
Yeah.
hits a cushion, because
Watch this.
chances are Chris is going to have no
Oh,
shot.
It's going to be brutal. Look at this.
Here it comes. And there.
Ooh. Oh.
Hit
Did
it
he
too
leave
thin
him?
that time. No, he can't. He can hit it, but I don't think he can make it.
Can he twist it?
Nope.
Wow. It's close.
It's close, but I don't think so. Oh, it's close. Only Chris knows if this goes. We'll know in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it does.
It feels like it does.
Maybe it does. Just by a millimeter.
Oh, look at
No, he went the other side of it.
Oh, no.
Try to cut it backwards.
Yeah, he did. Well, looks like Charlie's going to...
Charlie got a little bit fortunate there, because
Yeah,
he did not hit the safety the way he wanted to, and one more tad of a roll of the 9 ball, and Chris would have had a straight-in shot on the 9 and the 8 right there. So instead, Charlie might get on the hill right here.
There you go.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yep.
He does.
Charlie will mark that corner pocket, look to sink the 8 ball and take a pretty commanding lead.
No problem.
Charlie Hans
Yep.
now on the hill, needing only 1 game to secure the 2016 APA Wheelchair Championship.
This has been going on several years.
I want to say like at least a decade now we've had this
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
and it's really one of our favorites. We were kind of talking
Yeah.
about that earlier. Pool is one of those games where you've got to overcome so much mental adversity, to constantly be better. But that goes for these guys hand in hand with some of the physical adversity that they have to overcome. So, just really great event to watch. And I know a lot of times when we get some of the local media from Las Vegas to come out, this is the event they're most
Of course.
interested in.
Yeah.
We'll have 800 teams in the team tournament, and they want to check out what these guys are doing because it's
Yeah.
just so impressive and so inspiring, I think.
Inspiring is a good word.
That encourages a lot of people that are in a wheelchair to get involved.
Absolutely.
Go back home and join a division with wheelchair and come on out. It's awesome.
It's interesting too, because it's the same thing with our juniors. We just
Oh,
started
yeah.
a junior division
Yeah.
for the first time, and when we had our championship, we had all our best ladies that were there for the ladies championship on the same day, and everybody that came in wanted to watch the juniors play their
That's right.
finals. It was like a pro tournament.
Oh, yeah.
The house was packed. It was absolutely awesome. Everybody was very supportive, and that's the one they wanted to watch.
That's
And
it.
again, inspiring, and it was great to watch the kids play.
It's about the kids, you know.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
APA
they
Juniors
love it.
program has
Love it.
really exploded since
Love
we
it.
started doing the nationals around the country. Of course, a lot of folks wanting to get introduced their kids to the game and
Yeah.
trying to make that possible. But of course, we have our junior championships that'll be held this year in Davenport, Iowa, in July. If you're interested in getting your kids involved in an APA Juniors program, I encourage you to contact your local APA league operator. Of course, Tom, you do a lot of work with the juniors. I know you
A
said you
lot.
just
Oh yeah.
on your way out here to
Well,
Vegas did
I
a
was just
fundraiser of some
I
type.
was doing a fundraiser. I also was at out east, and we did a junior lag competition on a carom table.
Oh,
A
wow.
lag competition.
They did, and you know what?
I love
It
that.
was jammed.
Really?
There was 25, 30 kids. They were lagging on a carom with those big balls,
Sure.
and they got that feel on a heated table, which is, and they loved it. And the
That's
kids and
great.
people were just jammed in watching those kids.
That's fun. That's
Yeah, it was
great.
great. Yeah. By the way, that carom, in case you didn't know, that's the table without pockets, so you can't really miss too easy. Cause
So I'd be good on that one.
you'd be wonderful, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom critiques my game every time we
Oh
see each
yeah.
other, and
Yeah.
he is not overly impressed.
You're a
Ava.
champion, buddy.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, I was telling him though,
Did you hear that?
You
my
look
team
like
won.
you should know what you're
My
doing.
team won
Oh,
our
okay.
inter-office playoff for the spring session. You should know.
Were you there at all? Did you play at
I
all?
played. I
Oh, okay.
lost.
But you were there.
My team won, and that's what it's all about.
So that's the second time you've told me.
In fact,
Are
it was our skill level 2 that
Are
put
you
that
bragging a
match
little
away,
bit,
so.
Jason? Now?
No, I didn't because I actually lost.
Because it's
so.
easy to fall when you do that bragging. Be careful.
So Charlie made a good shot there, and everything was open, but that
Look at this.
9 ball got tied up, and he tried to do exactly what you want to do in
Yep.
8 ball. You see a problem, if there's a way to get to it, don't force it, but if there's a way to get to it, you solve it as soon as you can, especially if you are a higher skill level, 5, 6, 7. You know you have a good chance to run out when the balls are open. If there's one problem, get to it ASAP. He's going to play this in the side.
Look at this smooth.
Yeah.
His stroke, it just finesse when he needs it.
Yep.
A little more strength when he needs it. It's all there.
He's got the power stroke. He's got the touch.
Oh,
You're
it's
right.
just beautiful.
And you know, this is where if you're Chris,
Yeah.
everybody wants to win. There's
Yeah.
no question he'll be disappointed, but you just got to sit back and say, wow, hats off.
Yep.
I was there, but I got to watch almost an exhibition.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been in that situation before where I played a player and I felt like I was in good stroke, but
Yeah.
I never really got to shoot. And all you can do is just shake hands and say,
Yep.
good for you.
Right.
Because he's putting on a bit of an exhibition here. It's just beautiful to watch him play. He's got 2 balls and the 8 ball left on the table
Bing, bing,
for
bing.
the
it looks like.
championship. Yep.
Yeah, just a little angle here. And
Just don't want to get down too far. Well,
Ooh.
okay, so Chris, that's the only chance he's
Yeah.
got. Looks like, though, Charlie should be able to go into the 5 ball here and stop the cue ball from getting away from him if he can just either go straight into the 5 or hit it thin with some high and go rail first and then stop the cue ball on the 5 ball.
yeah, this is really a delicate shot here. It came in the.
There it
Oh,
is.
Look at that. You see how he used that to his
Making
advantage?
it look easy. He's going to
Oh.
mark that pocket, and he is 1 ball away from another championship
There
here.
you go.
I'll be real shocked if he comes up short.
Going for the gold.
This is why he's in the Hall of Fame right here, guys.
Yep.
Charlie Hans.
How do you like it?
2016
Give 'em a
APA 8-ball wheelchair champion. How
Awesome.
about that, Charlie?
Real champion right there, I'll tell you.
I want to know where he's putting all these trophies.
Yeah.
These trophies are not little trophies,
No.
right?
No,
He's
they're
probably got
big.
his own room for it, so.
Well,
there
Yeah,
you have it,
how about
folks.
hearing it for Chris? What a great tournament.
Yeah.
Not much he could do there.
Great run by Chris. Another great performance by Charlie.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap it up for the Wheelchair Championships.
Awesome.
Dr. Q, Tom, always good to see you. Thanks for being
Real
here.
pleasure. Thanks for having
Hopefully
me.
we'll see
Awesome.
you again before the weekend is out.
Love
but
to help.
reminder, folks, we'll be here at 7 p.m. Pacific time for the 9-ball doubles championship. We'll hope you guys will tune in for the semifinals and finals coverage of that. Again, that is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. A little later for you folks on the East Coast, 10 o'clock. But tune in, check it out, and we'll see you in just a little while. Until then, take
Sounds
care.
good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon for the finals of the Wheelchair Championships. We do want to congratulate our top two finishers in this week's event. First up, our runner-up this year's Wheelchair Championship from Frederick, Maryland. Big round of applause for Chris Rootson. Come on up, Chris. Chris is taking home $800 for his runner-up finish. A nice championship trophy here. About one more big round of applause for Chris Rootson from Frederick, Maryland, runner-up in this year's 8-ball wheelchair championship. On to our champion, the 8-ball wheelchair championship. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. Familiar face of Charlie Hines. Come on, Charlie. Charlie's taking home $1,600 in first place prize money.
You know who's buying dinner.
How about one more big round of